So let me ask. So are you? Are you conservative, liberal?
Yeah.
You
no,
are
conservative. Yeah.
A Republican?
Republican. Yeah.
Really?
I would never be mentally ill to be a liberal.
Have you ever been a liberal?
Growing up, because of my mom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what changed that made you become a conservative?
I gained a little bit of logic. I saw how mentally ill these and just absolute deranged lunatics these people are.
Right.
So when you don't really, it doesn't really take much for you to see what you support and how they react in certain situations to see that maybe you're not supporting the right thing.
Right. And so when did your mother know you're now conservative?
Oh yeah.
What she think about that?
She doesn't know much about it. They don't really know politics.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So when I say I'm liberal, I mean we had liberal tendencies, but we weren't like we didn't call ourselves liberals.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you supporting the Great White Hope?
Who's that?
You know who the Great White Hope is.
Trump, I'm assuming.
I rest my case.
Do I support him? I don't love him, but
you don't love him? Why not? I thought you loved all people.
I think he's been very hypocritical and kind of spineless in some things, like about abortion, for example. Where what politicians do is they don't try to tell the truth. They try to get votes. And so for him, he's had to bend the knee to get votes to kind of appeal to many people, instead of being true to the values that he professes to follow, which is a Christian belief, and actually uphold. And
why don't you love him though?
No, I love him as a person, but as a politician, I don't.
So I don't. I'm sure I heard his stance on abortion, but I forgot where is he on when it comes to abortion? What does he say about that? Because I don't remember exactly what he said.
So they call themselves pro-life, right? Meaning that when life begins at conception, meaning that it's valuable.
Right.
However, with him, I don't remember the exact time, but I know they've pushed it really far back now, where it's like a few months later, even up to like 3 months, 6 months sometimes, you can still get an abortion, late-term abortions.
Yeah.
That's evil in my eyes.
And so Trump is for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's doing that because he wants to get votes.
I know the last time I don't remember exactly, but I know the last time I heard him mention abortion, he said something like he was not, and I may be quoting him wrong because I just don't remember, but something like he believed that if the woman's life was at risk,
that medical necessity.
Yeah, the woman should have the right to live, and then the abortion's okay. But I forgot there was a second thing he said he believed, but I forgot what it is.
Okay.
Do you remember him saying that at all?
No, but that sounds right. A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
But you know
and
how
what do you
often,
think about that?
I think a lot of times they're just cop-outs.
So even if the woman's life was at risk, you think she should die having the baby? Let's say it's a choice between her life, a clear choice, between her life and the baby's life.
Yeah.
You think they should let the woman die and save the baby?
I think as a true loving parent, your goal would be to save that baby at all.
So you think...
At all costs.
You think you should let the woman die and save the baby?
I think they should be willing to let the woman die in order to save the baby.
Really?
But if it's one of those things where there's just absolutely no chance of the baby surviving, I would say, for example, if my son was drowning in the water and I knew it was an ocean where I was going to die into also, I would still jump and try to save him, even if that meant I was going to die. Mm-hmm. So I think for them, I think if you wanted to be consistent with the pro-life and being an abolition of abortion as well, you would have to say, I'm going to do everything in my ability to save the baby first.
Oh, and so if a woman's life was at risk, and she's about to have this baby, and it was clear, not made up stuff, right, that if she has this baby, she's going to die, but the baby will live, you say let the baby live and let her die.
I would say that's a hard one, because those kind of things happen less than like 1% of the time, less than that.
How do you know that?
Statistics.
It says that?
Yeah, even the rape one, I mean, that one happens less than 0.7% of the time. So people bring up these big extremes that never happen.
But you said even over that low percentage rate, you still would say let the woman die.
I wouldn't say let the woman die because I believe like if that was my mom or my sister,
right,
I would care a lot. I would want them to live. But there would still be something within me that wouldn't feel okay just saying, I'll just kill the baby as if it's nothing important.
Now I'm not clear. Are you saying, so if the choice is between the woman and the baby and it was a clear choice, one gonna die, would you say let the woman die or the baby die?
I don't know if I can answer that because it's a difficult one.
And
because I think if I were to say let the woman live, they're going to continue doing what they already do, which is, just kill the baby, who cares? Because the woman matters anyways. because we value that which we can see and we negate that which we can't see. Just because the baby's not outside the womb yet, they don't really put much value to it. But that doesn't make it a human being just because we can see it.
And so, which one would you say?
I would say maybe the baby.
Let the baby live?
Yeah. The baby has a longer future ahead anyways.
And let the woman die?
Yeah. I guess it would depend on the woman. Like, if she's not really doing much with her life, she's promiscuous, she's sleeping around with the whole football team, just let the baby live. But maybe she's got a brighter future, she's a good wife, she's providing good for society, then probably prioritize her.
So which one you say? So who's going to know all that about the woman?
The doctors, they've got to vet them well.
So are you voting for the Great White Hope, Donald Trump?
Possibly.
You are?
Possibly, yeah. There's no other better option. I don't think he's the Great White Hope, though.
Why not?
I mean, he's the only option. I think he's the only hope, but not the best hope.
Why do you think he's the Great White Hope?
Because he has too many flaws in terms of, like I said, bending the knee when these kind of issues come up. And I think for someone to be great, they have to be fulfilled, meaning follow all of the commandments that God calls us to do, even if that means getting less votes.
But let's say that is true, and I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to find out how the Great White Hope really stand on abortion. It doesn't matter anyway to me.
You're glazing him right now, Jesse.
But why do you say he's not the Great White Hope?
Because he's, maybe to you, but to me, he's just not, he's not perfect. He's like any other politician that at a certain point, he shares some truth, but at a certain point, when the likes and the views are at risk and the votes are at risk, he bends the knee to appeal to everyone.
So let me ask, do you believe he want to put America first?
I don't know, there's controversy around that with him and that one nation that's, you know, they have the fights together right now.
So do you believe that Donald Trump want to put America first?
Sure, yeah.
Do you believe it?
No.
So I'm confused. Do you believe Donald Trump want to put America first, or you don't believe that?
Okay, I'll put it this way. I think he does, but I think when you're a politician, you don't really have much of a choice. Like, you're part of a system that you're not the one actually making the decisions fully.
So you do believe that Donald Trump want to put America first?
I think in his heart he does. But for example, like I think he said recently that he's going to bring on Nikki Haley. I don't know if you are familiar with her.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to bring her onto his team. She's not an America first person. She's a sellout. She's a bot.
And so do you believe that Donald Trump want to put America first?
Outside of politics, yes. Like, if he wasn't a politician, maybe. But the fact that he has to play the game a certain way, he's not putting America first.
And so do you believe that he wants to put America first?
Yes.
Really? And do you believe that if he became the president this time around, would he make America better by closing the borders, bringing jobs back, and protecting the citizens of America, that we would be mostly more respected around the world as a result of Donald Trump?
Yeah, yeah.
And do you believe that he's white?
That he's white? He looks a little orange, but we'll just say he's white, yeah.
And so why don't you believe he's the Great White Hope then?
Because that doesn't make him great.
I just named all the things.
But if you tell me, like, what did I have to choose, stopping abortion fully or closing the border, I would probably choose the abortion one.
Repeat that?
Like, if I had to choose between stopping the border fully, like closing it, and stopping the illegals from coming in, or Trump could completely end abortion right now, I would do this. But since he bends the knee,
if the choice, you're saying that if the choice was over shutting down the borders or stopping abortion, you would choose stopping abortion?
I would choose stopping abortion. But since he bends the knee on that, and he's inconsistent with that, and kind of a hypocrite with that, and he's not consistent with the crisis message on that, just to get votes, then I can't consider him great.
Really? That's amazing, man.